Good afternoon, profitable traders. Welcome to the New York market color session. This is just going to be a recap of our analysis during the London market color session. My name is Cynthia, and I will be analyzing GBP USD, Euro USD, DXY. So let's have a smooth sail together. Starting off with the DXY, we're just going to have a recap of what we analyzed and what played out in the market. On the weekly time frame for the DXY, we've been looking at this level right here, the left shoulder at 107.490, shoulder sweep break. We are looking at price to trade right back into this left shoulder, and once it gets there, we are willing to sell off from that level. And coming down to the daily time frame also, the daily time frame, price was meant to take out the high right here at 100.333, but instead price just traded into that level, and we're seeing some push to the downside. And if you narrow down to the 4-hour time frame, the most recent structure, right, we're seeing a minor structure, price creating subsequent higher highs, lower highs, I beg your pardon, and lower lows. So we'll be looking out for sell opportunities on the much lower time frames. And I think we spotted one during the London market color session. Right here, we were saying and speculating that price should at least react once it trades into the left shoulder right here. The left shoulder at 99.023, right? Instead, we saw one more push to the upside and some reaction of that level. My bias is still a sell, although price traded above. If we had taken opportunity of this trade, we would not be stopped out because we are going to give ample space for our stop loss. So if you're in this trade already, best believe you have not been stopped out yet, because price still has so a very long way to go to the downside. Price still has ample space to sell off. So on GBP USD, let's see what was analyzed and what is currently playing out in the market. Coming down to the weekly time frame, we spotted this left shoulder that we've been looking at for a couple of weeks now. Shoulder at 1.24817, sweep to the downside, broke to the upside. Once price retraces into this level, we're willing to buy GBP USD. But coming down to the daily time frame also, we're seeing that the most recent price action tends to be bullish. This high, the high at 1.32025 was taken out, and we're seeing even more push to the upside. On the 4-hour time frame also, we're seeing an uptrend, very obvious. Nothing is signaling a sell right here. All we're looking out is buy opportunities, except of course this low is being taken out, the low at 1.32025, and we see a proper break of structure with a change of character in a retest. That's where we can change our bias from a buy to a sell on the 4-hour time frame. But seeing this happen, we're only looking out for buy opportunities. So during the London market color session, we actually spotted this left shoulder right here. My markup wiped out. We spotted this left shoulder right here. Shoulder at 1.33294. Sweep to the downside, break to the upside. Price just tapped into this left shoulder, and we're seeing more push to the upside. We're seeing pushes to the upside. It's a buy. I can even spot another entry right here. Shoulder, in case you are not at your desk to take opportunity of the first one here at 1.33294. There's a second opportunity for a buy on GBP USD on 5 minutes time frame. The left shoulder at 1.33337. Sweep to the downside, break to the upside. Once price retraces right back into this left shoulder on the 5 minutes time frame for GBP USD, you can take your buy positions. you can take your buy positions. Last on the list being Euro USD before we call it a day and a week. This was what we analyzed during the London market color session. I hope I've not been speaking to myself. Right, so left shoulder at 1.06629, sweep to the downside, break to the upside. Once price retraces right back into 1.06629, I am more than willing to take the buy of Euro USD. If you narrow down to the daily time frame, we're looking at this IOFED that price traded into, right? This IOFED, we're actually speculating that the low right here at 1.13858 was going to be taken out, but seeing that price just traded into the IOFED and we're seeing some push to the upside, but we even had 2 points of interest. First is the left shoulder right here, but price traded below it, and we know why. Price wanted to trade into the IOFED, fair value gap to the right and fair value gap to the left. Price just tapped into it and we're seeing more pushes to the upside. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, pretty obvious. All we should be looking out for is sell opportunities, except there is a proper break in market structure. If there's a break of structure, that is when we can now change our bias from a buy to a sell. But that hasn't happened yet. We're seeing more push to the upside. On the 1-hour time frame too, pretty much the same thing. We're seeing more push to the upside, but the 1-hour time frame looks like this low has been taken out at 1.16525, and we know why. There's a point of interest here that we're looking at for the buy of Euro USD shoulder at 1.15810, sweep to the downside, break to the upside. Once price retraces right back into this level, we are more than willing to ride the buy all the way to the upside. And on the 55 minutes time frame also, seeing that we're looking out for some pretty sell to buy on the 1-hour time frame, we can just catch this little scalp when price returns and retraces into this left shoulder for a sell. Shoulder at 1.16616, sweep to the upside, break to the downside. Once price returns into 1.16616, I am more than willing to sell. Short-term sell on Euro USD. And yeah, basically, this is what I'm looking out for. This is what I have seen. This is just a recap of the proper analysis we had during the London market color session. Please, if you have questions, this is the perfect time rather to ask your questions. And while we're typing in our questions, I'd like to announce the registration for the FX Bootcamp training, the very last for 2025, is currently ongoing. Training starts on Monday. Kindly send us a message on 081 6099 5030 so we could help with the registration process. And again, the Falcon bot listening service is up and running. A lot of people are making a decent amount from the market. For more information and inquiries on how to go about the bot listening service, visit valueflowtrading.com/Falcon to get started today. People have made over 50% of their initial capital, 40%, 30%, 20%, as low as 15 to 14% also, which is fair, right? Again, to get started, you can either visit valueflowtrading.com/Falcon, or you can send us a message on 081 6099 5030. If there are no questions, we'll be calling it a day and a week. See you by 8:30 a.m. on Monday. Cheers and God bless. Do enjoy your weekend.